It's a beautiful morning with us right here on Prime Morning. Hi, my name is Nii Yebuah. This is News Flash on Prime Morning. Now, I urge you to get ready to be highly interactive with us on all our social media platforms. Now, during the intro, I did say to you that if you own a courier service or if you're a courier rider and you have any concerns, you have any questions, this is the perfect opportunity for you to ask all your questions and get the right answers to your questions, because I have seated with me this morning an able gentleman to answer it all for you. And we are here also to learn so much in relation to the Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission. If you didn't know that it existed, well, it does. And there are some regulations that courier services and courier riders need to abide by. Now, somewhere last week, a sensitization happened, an exercise, a 3-day exercise happened where they hit the streets with the Ghana Police Service to, make sure that courier riders, courier services were abiding, when it comes to the new regulations or the regulations concerning the commission. But it seems as a number of courier riders had faltered. And so there was seizure of, the motorcycles here and there. The first day, I did ask my guest, he said the first day was successful, it was okay. Second day was okay, but on the third day was where there was chaos. That's where there was the clash. And it even got the Minister of Communication involved to get in touch with the commission to make sure that, whatever it was that they were embarking on would be halted, so that the right procedure or the right things or the necessary conversations will be brought to the table and massively dealt with. I have joining me this morning Nii Yebuah Bergeson, and Nii is the manager, PR and Consumer Affairs from Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hope you're good.
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing very well. And I'm excited that we are going to learn all about the commission, the regulations, the rules, and, exactly what happened in relation to the clash when you were embarking on your duty.
Yeah.
Exactly what you were supposed to do. But before we get into the conversation with Nii, my colleague Sheila said she hit the streets. Yesterday, she hit the streets, and then, she had to ask a number of questions in relation to this whole clash. How do the courier riders feel about this? And, so many things that they had to share in relation to this. So we're going to take a look at it. When we come back, we're going to continue talking with Nii.
In 2020, when the COVID pandemic hit the country, we all became heavily dependent on Okada riders. In fact, that's where we saw the rise in Okada riders. Now, 2020 is past, and we still are heavily dependent. I mean, now we cannot go a day without doing, one delivery or the other. On the 20th of August, the Postal and Courier Services Commission, in collaboration with the Ghana Police Service, cracked down on licensed Okada riders. Now, Sam George stepped in, a timely intervention to say, gentlemen, let's put a human face to this whole exercise. That was after the protest of some of these Okada riders. So I'm here at Medina trying to talk to some of the riders, and I have the PRO, who is Mr. Franz. Mr. Franz, please join me. Mr. Franz is the PRO of the Greater Accra Regional, am I correct? The Greater Accra Regional PRO for Okada Riders Association. Pacho, good morning.
Good morning.
Okada Association, then pan a yamohau. Yesheni last week see police for riders nibi ama Sam George ebe mwebe bi mamu. Enya ne sanka yehu ni efe meboa. Inti then pan a yamohau as mo pesa modeto abanyenim.
Sisi de how kase ayi wo mu pa ne say ne ye nim say Okada ne eba ama ye ho legalization eba ama ye ho atoye, but as at now no legalization in my etinka nim say nka bia nka ye ho po be ha ye kakra, but sisi ne de I say ran mu medikan ewo edikan hayem chen say legalization anka sample ebeba.
All right, so we also have the Adenta PRO for the Okada Riders Association. Good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Now, here.
Yamia do me hu ye pa.
Na police afano and I say about the governance and legalization CCA no or how ben pan edam wenim and now what would that motor form station has say no or how ben pan edam wenim
Or how about one a day and I say I dream and I dagin bakupa no legalization na ye twa kwan say ebeba no aha enu na ehwe esan say legalization no eba ebema yesu ayede ye ho ato ye kakra esan say legalization in my enti no ama nyama mu ya ye din kakra ma ye
edase. Now, even though the government has halted the exercise for now, just this morning I witnessed with my eyes a policeman stopping one of the riders, you know, requesting for his license, and it was getting a bit hectic. But I have one of such gentlemen who mentioned that he has, you know, gone through such an ordeal. Ofa, boy, yasan komunimo kakra.
Pacho, me kai say, I said 2 years ni. Our kasoto boots. Almost stop here. Me uncle for no be more bibia, Miss me bibia. My lances also road and my yamano. My shoe. And I say under tisa. I know mommy form white one be say me feel it. And I mean, brother say I buy. We see adwuma ye no ye nim say ye chi no wo bibia o feel form be sis wo bibia na police chi kura wo hu yen say obe wo no police ni be pere gina na kira na obibia perfect o kira na aka say oh obetima akọ
All right.
yes ade ya sira ba ni say moto ni de Okada adwuma wo eboa pa de o say mbo Okada de na me di sifi mi wo mi kasa fi wo Pantheon we ana me di ye nti Okada eboa that's the point say adwuma wo ye no me ko show say adwuma wo ye no obehwe onim nti obia
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right, so I'm still here at the Medina station. As you can see, packed Okada riders ready to move. And I want to speak to one of the motor riders. Good morning, Offa. Debbie, now, me, I buy last week or started say, or he kill me say, why we need license? No, actually. Why drink tre one when they say, na then I pass up.
Me, I buy a dream boy, no mujai, police for now, Omodomuni Mujumano, Ujan traveling Cobano, Moricho. All lances will be Biapono, I bet you. You say, Sako, what will you be at here? Uncle, you'll be at here. So, Sanko, and then I won't go every day. Hey, and I see your con for Mr. Okada, more than 10 years near, and then come back, a million now. Jabaya, you am I?
If one thing is true, is the fact that these gentlemen want the legalization of Okada riders just so that they can have the ease and peace of mind to earn earnestly as they intend to. So from Medina Street, back to you in the studio, Nii Yebuah.
Right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we are still here on News Flash, where we are going to get talking on what happened on the streets in relation to Okada riders. So I have Nii Yebuah Ferguson here. I did introduce him early on to you. I want you to please get interactive with us on all our social media platforms. If you have any questions, or if you're somebody who experienced what happened some days ago, if you're an Okada rider, if you work with a courier service, or you own a courier service company, please get into the comment section on our Facebook page. It is Joy Prime. And if you have any questions, Nii Yebuah is going to answer it all for you. Let's not forget the News Flash is proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. If you're looking for any electronic device that is long-lasting, that is quality, you need to find your way to Franco Trading Enterprise. They have got you covered on mobile phones, refrigerators, CCTV cameras, televisions. What is it that you're looking for? They have it all for you. You can also download the app on your phone at Franco Trading app. It's on iOS, it's on Android as well. So they have got you covered. You can be in the comfort of your home and place the order, and they will deliver at your doorstep. Now, let's zoom into our conversation for this morning. Nii was telling me whilst my colleague Sheila was, giving us the report on there that, when it comes to courier riders and Okada riders, there's a vast difference. But then we have some Okada riders who also offer courier services, which was very interesting for him to say that. So, Nii, first of all, let's start with the need for the Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission to embark on this exercise, this 3-day exercise. What went wrong? What did you notice that you decided to go on this 3-day exercise?
All right. So, like you rightly said, the Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission, our name is quite a mouthful.
Yeah, it is.
It's mandated to regulate the postal and courier sector. And when we say the postal and courier sector, I mean, readily comes to your mind the post office. Right?
Yes.
When you talk about the courier sector, you're talking about people who are offering, it's a form of postal service, but then those are expedited.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So there are there's express delivery, there are some same-day delivery, right? The logistics are in there. And then you have some people who are specialized in delivering particular items. But when your colleague was speaking, you realized that she was drawing attention to Okada riders.
Yeah.
Would like to differentiate, make it clear that the commission isn't after Okada riders.
Okay.
Okada riders are those who are transporting people, all right? So these are the ones who are parked at the junctions and they're moving a passenger at a time from, say, we are at, where are we now? At the Braka, right? Or we are in Kokomlemle. So they're transporting someone from Kokomlemle to maybe Malamata market. But there are many of these Okada people who are offering what they call delivery.
Right.
As in moving an item, right? Items of value from one point to another.
So not only do they transport people.
No.
But they transport items.
Items of value as well.
Well. Okay.
And when we say items of value, anything at all that you've taken money to purchase.
Right.
It could be online.
Yeah.
It could be you walking over to a place to buy it. I mean, any way that you're able to do that. And you are receiving that item of value at a particular address, your office, your house, your friend's house or something, right? These guys have presented themselves to submit or to present the item to you at that chosen address. And it is this service, I stress it, this service, the service of delivering an item from one point to the other, that the commission has been mandated to license.
But how would you know the difference if we have Okada riders also offering
delivery service,
courier service?
Oh yes. So the commission has been at this for some number of years now, and there are things that we look out for. There are things that I would say they are the telltale signs that we identify, helps us to identify who is offering delivery together with the Okada, the typical Okada service.
Right.
All right. So this person might be carrying unmarked items on his motorbike. All right. Some of them are able to pack it, so hugely that it offers even unsafe conditions to other road, users. Some of them too are so, skilled, if I to use that word, that they only carry backpacks. And they keep the items in
the
their
backpacks.
Okay. So you think as an innocent person riding in the streets, but when you open the bag, you find that there are small packets and parcels in the bag. And this guy needs to be licensed to offer this service. Many of them are...
Wait, before you continue.
Yeah.
Okada riders are supposed to be licensed.
Not by the commission.
But not by the commission?
No. We don't license Okada riders. We are licensing delivery or, for to use the right word, courier service providers.
But if Okada riders who are offering delivery services,
they
have to also be licensed
by the commission.
By your commission.
Exactly so. Okay. So these were the people, the unlicensed delivery guys, the unlicensed courier service providers, were the reason the commission undertook the exercise we did last week. Right? Because they know. Many of them were saying that they do not know.
Yes.
But they do know. There's a good number amongst them who do know that they need the courier license to operate.
One of the major concerns that they raised, and is also currently massively trending on social media, they claim that the licensing fee is very high.
I must say that it isn't high. I must insist that it isn't high.
Because they also say that because it's high, it could end up collapsing their businesses.
No,
that's why they try to.
No. Many of them, we linked when we were undertaking this exercise. We're rather paying much more to the platforms on which they were operating.
Oh.
You know, some of them were telling us.
Right.
Some of them were telling us that there's something they pay, which they called license fees to their platform operators, which shouldn't be the case. What they are supposed to do is get in touch with the commission and get their license. The license that they get covers them for the entire year.
Right.
So they are licensed for a whole year. On the year ends, they get to renew the license in order to operate.
Okay.
We have created a special category for them. The act that establishes the commission empowers the commission to create special categories. And we have done so to accommodate these individual riders. So that category is what we call the single biker, where you are an individual, you own one bike, and you want to offer delivery services. You know, it could be a full-time job or a part-time job. You still
not necessarily under a company.
No.
It's just you.
You.
Okay.
You have to get that license.
Okay.
And even if you want to operate with a platform, you know, there are the very notable ones around, and you want to operate with them. You as an individual who is offering your service to that platform, okay, as if you like, as a contractor, you know, you need that certification from the commission to enable you to provide that service. Because we are out here to ensure that standards within the sector are kept.
Okay.
We also want to ensure that you, as a rider, you feel you have that sense of responsibility that I need to get this to the next stop. I mean, the final mile that you are completing, you should be committed to completing that. And whoever you are offering that service to, you know, hear what I'm saying. Whenever I say someone that you are offering the service to, the platform on which you are operating has subcontracted you to offer something on their behalf.
Yes.
They are licensed to offer that service that they are rendering. You too, as someone who is being subcontracted the service to, also require a license. All right?
That you have to personally get yourself.
Personally.
But not the company that you work under.
No.
The company cannot do it for you.
At all.
Okay.
The company's license does not cover you.
Oh, okay.
The companies are licensed to offer the services they are offering.
Right.
That is on a different leg.
Okay.
You as an individual
Right.
who has gone to ride on that platform, you also are a service provider.
And you are still under the Single Bikers Act.
Yes, that is where we can license you under.
Okay.
All right. That is not the only category that we have.
Right.
There are so many other categories. All right. There are two main categories that we have. There's a domestic category, and then there's the international one.
Okay.
Right. And then there too we have different classes. We have the small, we have the medium, and we have the large. But these are designed to accommodate, if you like, bigger companies. All right. Those who own 2 or more bikes. If you own more than 1 bike, up to 10 bikes, we get to license you under the domestic small category. Same is done for the international guys too. But if you're an individual who appeared to be the target of the exercise that we did, they weren't the only target anyway. We also impounded the bikes of companies who also do not have license from the commission, or companies who have license but have not renewed. All right, they also had their bikes being impounded. But the individual guys found themselves in the majority, because they are the ones who have refused to come for license, so as to come under regulation.
When the seizure or the impounding of the vehicle, of the bikes were going on, what were some of the things they were saying?
Oh, many of them were saying that they were riding on these platforms. You know, they mentioned the platforms that you know. Oh. All right, the platform on which you go to order your items.
To order your items and all of that.
So many of them were riding in the name of those platforms. And they have branded in the names of those platforms.
The bikes?
Yes.
Okay.
Many of them not the bikes necessarily, but then the backpacks, the receptacles in which they carry the items are branded. So you see a particular brand, but then after you interact with the person, you realize that he knows next to nothing about what the platform is even doing. All he knows is he goes there, he gets an order, he delivers that order, takes his money, and then he walks away. But many of them too know that they have to come for this license. They are feigning ignorance, but the commission didn't just go out there to harass them. No, we educated them. We're helping them to know that they need to come to the commission to regularize their service, the service they are providing. But to help them to see the gravity of the crime that they are committing, because there's an act that establishes the commission, and the act says that it is criminal to offer delivery service, courier service, without a license issued by the commission.
Well, okay,
yes.
okay.
And that crime is punishable either by a fine or by a term of imprisonment, or sometimes both. So you see, it isn't just a service that they are providing. It isn't as simple as many people, tend to see it. It is a criminal act. And you need to help these people to, regularize what they are doing. And I'm happy to tell you that after the exercise, since the exercise, many of them have voluntarily come to the commission to regularize their services.
Worked.
As of yesterday, we could count nearly 50 of them who have come to, regularize their services. And it is so encouraging that though there's a lot of noise out there, they are seeing reason to make sure that what service they are providing is, legally certified. And they get to move about freely to do their work. You and I, who patronize their services, have this sense of, we are at ease, because you know that you're helping someone to do the right thing. And whoever you are contracting has been certified by the commission.
Yes.
Who is an agent of government to make sure that he's doing the work as he does it. It might interest you to know that there are license conditions that these guys are supposed to abide by. Oh yes, there are licensing conditions. And
what are some of them?
Some of them is how you have to keep the integrity of the item that you are transporting.
Right.
All right.
Oh, a lot of them would fault on that.
Yes.
A lot of them do fault on that.
And when they do fault, who do you go to for redress?
That's true.
If the person isn't with us, how do we then try to rein the person?
Sometimes I wonder the kind of agreements that some companies have with these delivery guys. Because if they deliver an item and the item gets to you and the item has an issue, or the delivery guy has some level of attitude and, they can mishandle
exactly
your item, whatever way they want and all of that. And then if the farthest you can go is to call the company that you placed the order from and that reports the delivery person, and then that is it. So whether there's something drastic that is done in relation to it or it is dealt with appropriately, you wouldn't know.
Yeah. So the commission has a system. We have a mechanism by which we get to ensure that people who have their items, destroyed or misplaced are refunded or reimbursed, and they are compensated in a way. There's what we ask of them, particularly the courier companies. They must have a compensation policy, right? Yes.
Okay.
It is a requirement for you to be licensed. Okay. So you must have a compensation policy by which you get to replace an item or refund the item that got missing, in transit, or it got destroyed in transit. All right. And this compensation policy is meant for you, the company, not to carry the burden all alone by yourself.
Is it the same for whether you're a startup company or you are an already existing company that is, growing or, out there?
It is a requirement if you're coming to get a license from the commission.
Okay.
Yes. But for these individual riders who are riding on various platforms, you realize that they are carrying small packets.
Yeah.
And majority of them, they are doing food.
Yeah.
Okay, majority of them are doing food. So they get to go to maybe the restaurant, pick the item, and then deliver it to you at your chosen address. So they get to spend very small amount of time in transit to send your item to you. But there again, some of them, reports get to us that they tamper with some of the items. There's a video that we saw on the internet of a delivery person, opening the food that he was supposed to send.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
and taking
I
them.
think
yes.
I saw that video.
You see, if such a thing gets to the attention of the commission, the platform on which it happened will be held liable.
Okay.
And if you have to make some payments, if there's some penalties, these things are, they are just meant to be deterrents to ensure that the space is sanitized.
Yes. Exactly. I want to highlight a few concerns that I have here from the riders.
Yeah.
Then we'll look at it. Okay, so, but first of all, the licensing fee.
Yes.
How much is it?
Okay, so for a single biker, for the whole year, your licensing fee is 1,070.
And 70, yes, because I have that here.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the first one that they have is the first concern, financial burden. The 1,070 Ghana cedi licensing fee was considered as unfair and significant cost for low-income riders.
Forget your name again.
Nii Yebuah.
You see, there are different people.
Okay.
All right. I'm not, or the commission is not trying to speak for anyone.
Okay.
But the law is what it is.
Yeah.
This amount that you are paying, I want to emphasize, is for the whole year. And you pay it as your first time licensing fee, after which you renew at a much lesser cost.
Okay.
You're renewing in subsequent years at a fee of 600 cedis. All right? And the commission is a listening commission, honestly.
Okay.
When people come to us, particularly those who are already with us, I mean, times are not as we desire them to be, of course.
Yeah.
You present your case to the commission, and the commission can, come into some form of agreement with you, some understanding to help you, do the needful. Because once times are not so easy as we desire them to be, and the commission wants to make sure that you come under regulation and you are certified to do your work.
Yeah.
You just can present your case, and the commission will see how best you could be helped to, honor that obligation of yours. Okay. But I must insist that it isn't on the high side at all.
It isn't.
It isn't.
I mean, if you get to pay 1,070.
Yes. And within the sub-region in which we operate, the fees that the commission has been mandated to charge ranks amongst the lowest.
Oh.
Honestly.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay. All right. Now let's move on to another concern of theirs, double regulation. So they claim that riders already pay fees to fleets. I mean, I think you mentioned earlier. Riders already pay fees to fleet partners for expenses like insurance and registration. And the new license was seen as an additional redundant charge.
It isn't. You see, like I said, if you're operating on a platform, of course, there are terms and conditions.
Yes.
Rightly so.
Yes.
But based on what are you even going to ride on that platform?
Okay.
The first thing that qualifies you to ride on that platform, to render your service to that platform, because you see, they are being contracted. The platform is contracting these guys to offer the service on their behalf.
On their behalf,
yes.
Yeah.
So you need a qualified person to offer that service. It isn't someone who has a driver's license. No. It must be someone who has a courier license, a delivery license. And if that person is an individual, then we're talking about the single biker's license. They must have that. And it is in no way double regulation. It is not. It is not. We are regulating the platform, yes, that enables them to offer the service that they are offering. And now you walking to them as someone who wants to do the last mile for them. The act that establishes the commission also says that you also cannot engage in that service without a license duly issued by the Commission.
Okay. Let's move on to the third one. They say threats to livelihoods. The explanation that was given is that the fees were perceived as a threat to the riders' business and a risk of collapse in their operations. I think I mentioned that early on.
Yes, as if the Commission is rather out there to help them open up whatever they are doing.
Okay.
We are not out there to push them out of business. We are not out there to take away their monies. They said, I think one of them said in the is concerned that they pay regularly to the platforms on which they are operating. And I also indicated earlier that we learned about that when we were engaging with them during the exercise. When we come to the Commission, whatever we are paying is a one-off thing, all right? It's a one-off thing. 1,000 cedis for a whole year. I said, if you break this into months and days, you realize that the amount is so negligible. We have done the study, after interacting with them, and we realized that they'll be able to pay that amount, right? Many of them told us that when they started, it was...
Oh, you realize that they can?
They can.
Oh.
They can. We realize that
they can afford to pay the 1,070.
Ghana cedis.
Okay.
And not only should they do that, but they do that to enhance the sector, also protect their own sector from other people who are not licensed from infiltrating and taking away the businesses from them, all right? If you do this, you rather empower the Commission. If they come and take their licenses, they empower the Commission to go on and do all we can to ensure that there's compliance.
Before you continue, I want us to go back to the amount.
Okay.
So when we hit the streets concerning this matter, their huge concern is it is too high. And then at least it should come down to around 600 to 700 Ghana cedis, because they say that in all honesty, they cannot afford the 1,070 cedis.
I said that I mentioned.
We'll try and get that part.
I recall that.
You recall that?
Yes, I do.
Right.
I do.
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier that we have so far nearly 50 of them who have come.
Yes.
But for what went on the third day, a lot more of them would have been there with us. As we sit here, we've had calls from other regions in the country. People who are offering delivery service and who are not licensed, particularly those who call themselves those that we call the single bikers. And they want to be educated to know what they have to do. I said again that the amount that we are charging isn't, as far as the Commission is concerned, it isn't exorbitant. Okay. It isn't. You know, as human as we are, we would like to have everything for free. Yes, as human as we are. We'll be happy if we even get our health care for free. We'll be happy if we get our driver's license for free. But we need to get all these things. There are charges that we pay, all right? To offer your service as a delivery person, we are reiterating that point. You need to get a license, and the license will come at a fee. Why are you paying that charge? You're paying something to government to enable government to put all the necessary measures that you need in place to ensure that these platforms are existing. We don't set them up. No, we are regulating them. We need to move to their offices. We need to carry out monitoring exercises. Where is government going to fund these things from? All right. We also need to protect the people who you are offering the service to. All right. How are we going to do all these things? You yourself who wants to get the license, how do you get that certification? You need to be registered. There are paperwork that we are going to take you through. There are trainings that we offer. You know, there are sessions.
You offer training?
We do.
As well.
We offer...
Which a number of them do need.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So all these things, you're going to get them at no extra cost when the Commission is organizing.
It is all within the 1,070
It's all within what you are
cedis.
putting there. Okay. And I must say again that it is just your initial license fee that is 1,000 cedis plus, 1,070 Ghana cedis. You are renewing in subsequent years. And how much is that? Cedis.
Oh,
600.
Oh, okay.
All right, so they get to come to the 600.
Oh.
It is just your initial license fee.
That is 1,070.
Yes, exactly so.
Speaking about government, we saw that the Minister of Communication intervened.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Yes. So our minister, we are under the Ministry of Communications.
Yes.
Our minister stepped in and asked that we halt. I think that is the key word, halt. It doesn't mean that
you're not going to do it at all. You're not going to. Okay.
It's going to come back again.
Okay.
After, like the minister rightly said, all other engagements have been, undertaken.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say here that the engagements have begun. It will continue. All right. Many of these Okada riders have associations. As of yesterday, one group has, reached out to the commission and they want to have an engagement on their own.
I didn't know that there was Concerned Delivery Riders Association.
Oh yes, we learned of that. We learned of that. We went out there in the field. Okay. They are reaching out to us to also present what concerns they have, learn more about the commission, understand why they need to come under regulation, and even empower them. I must say here that many of them got peeved when they realized that they had to come to the commission and get certified rather than what they are paying to
the companies that they are working for.
You see, you work in there as a contractor.
Yeah.
You are qualified to offer this service.
Yeah.
And that alone is a bargaining chip that you have.
Exactly.
So the commission
Which is something I don't think they know. Because at the end of the day, if you are ignorant about this, it makes the company have an upper hand over you. Which is pretty sad. Anyways, before we continue, if you just joined, this is News Flash right here on Prime Morning. My name is Nii Yebuah, and I'm here with Nii Yebuah Bergerson. We are having a discussion on what happened in relation to Okada riders and courier service riders and all of that. And a lot has been said over here. If you know that you're an Okada rider, and now we can cheat. If you know that you're on a Okada rider and you offer delivery services, you need to be licensed. It's a must that you are licensed under the Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission. There's an act which is the Single Bikers Act.
No, the act is actually the Postal
Services
Regulatory Commission Act, Act 649.
Okay.
And let me say this again. We are not asking Okada riders to come for license.
But those offer delivery
exactly
services.
So.
Yes.
Exactly so.
Yes.
And many of them, like I said earlier, are riding on the various platforms.
Yes.
And they need to come and get certified to continue with that work. Mm-hmm. We are not asking them to go, to stop working on those platforms. No. Mm-hmm. But get the necessary certification to continue your work.
I want us to go back to Medina, where we spoke with a number of them who are both Okada riders and delivery guys as well. Let's take a listen to their concerns, which is in relation to the licensing, what exactly their concerns were.
Right.
Na ye guso a ye tutu ye nneoma yi a ye bema ye boys no obia make sure say ni road works eye adwuma ni insurance eye adwuma or na ma ni safety obehihye ni safety nneoma e wo so hye helmet ni boot ni bibia license bibia be adwuma say de be ya dwuma die bi a ye di no ebe so aban nani na obetimi illegalize e dia ma ye no ne ya hotoso pa.
One of the issues about our pension is getting a license. There's so many bureaucracies and a boy heading. Obi sinti no okoye Okada in a day kakra obinyano. So kase or trying to say obe sevia not just onye juma for some months. Kransa intine no sana then a pesa buying a family licensing fee.
Your license no who sika 7 de. No Ukraine meaning yempeni for anyone musi nkonwa twetwe ho enkomo ye tamantijani ni national executives no ni omo twetwe ho enkomo momo ye ni say omo be hwe de omo be ye and as I'm talking to you now you gusua wa hwe ni mu say akombema aba form e de ama ye enti no
na sign first na sign licensing fee no
first no na 800 na 800 for riders no na 800 but see no dear because ye call ho say omunye we no nti no me sheda but de na ade ba ko ne say satam no kwa ni nya no din nti no ema wo so se ne be ya won sa be kan nti no okohu obi a na waboa na nti na ebe ya be 1000 to na na wajo ansana na wa.
I just say actual cost to say 800, but because open in term ajo o de kakrafa ha by the time I will be na only 1,200.
Sa na wa bok na wa bo echirika. Aha, nti na yesra ban say on fan hihye yemfa ngu akwamu yi a o ene yetu ye ho na say yeba yebo trade pe yeduru hon mo pe o.
Well, it seems that Nii has a lot of he wants to address this particular submission relation to, you know, what they have to do, their safety, and then all of that, which is the DVLA's responsibility.
Exactly so.
So Nii, please address that.
Yeah. So what they need to know is that there's a vast difference between what the DVLA is doing. DVLA issues them their rider's license. You know, what allows them to ride the motorbikes. When it comes to wearing their helmets and their safety, how do you call it, jackets and things, it's all maybe road safety and DVLA. That's not the lookout of the commission. I mean, we're happy that those exist. We encourage them to wear helmets and ride defensively and all others. But the license we are giving them is the delivery license, you know, the actual thing that qualifies them to offer the service. And he was saying previously it was 800. No.
It has never been 800.
That is untrue. That is untrue.
Okay.
The fee for that category, the individual biker category, is 1,070 Ghana cedis.
And it has always been that?
It has always been that.
Oh,
It has always been that since it was set up.
Okay.
And he also was saying that it was difficult to get the license. No. It is so easy to get our license. And I must say here that our commission is one that is able to offer services within the stipulated time. I said, the Act empowers the commission to issue a license within 60 working days. But I must say here that if you are able to present all your documentations within... We've issued some licenses within 10
Okay, you're addressing the bits where he mentioned that initially it used to be a struggle to get your licensing.
It has never, and it's still not a struggle.
Okay.
His colleagues that have been able to come to the commission to get licensed between last week and now
have their license now.
It was seamless. Okay. It was so seamless. What we are requesting of them, what you require as a single biker to get licensed by the commission to offer your delivery service is firstly your Ghana card. All right, documentation to indicate that you own the motorbike, all right, and then you pick up an application from the commission. You fill it out and return same to us. And it's based on the information on the application form, supported by your Ghana card and the registration, documents of your bike, that you get your license. It's as simple as that. And nobody is taking anything extra from them. No, nobody does that. Nobody. If he knows anyone who has done that, the commission is inviting him to present the person. Nobody does that.
Is there an easy way to get licensed? I mean, is there a website that you can visit?
Oh, yes. You visit our website.
Oh, okay.
www.pcsrc.gov.gh. Okay. The forms are there for them to download. Many of them prefer to come to us, particularly these, riders. They prefer walking into the office on their own, get the form, get assisted to fill them out. And then they make, and guess what? They make payment even on our platform, the Ghana.gov platform.
So you can make payment
on the Ghana.gov platform. Okay. So the interfacing that you get with our staff is limited, even when it comes to payment. And even existing courier companies, the big guys out there, they also get to pay on that same platform. We don't even take physical cash from them. Many of them even pay via banker's draft. If they are not paying on the platform, they are paying via banker's draft. So
the already existing and the big courier service companies also pay the same amount?
No. They have. So every category and every class with its own fee.
Okay, so I want you to hold that thought for me. We are still here on Newsflash, where we are discussing issues surrounding courier services here in Ghana, and we also need to know the right things to be done and how you have to do it. And so Nii Yebuah Bergerson is here with me, and he's explaining it all to us. I urge you to please send in your comments, your questions to us on our Facebook page. It is Joy Prime, or you can take our WhatsApp number 055 157 57. And I will read it all right here. In the course of the conversation, Nii will answer all your questions for you as well. I did say early on that if you own a courier service company and you have issues surrounding the licensing and all of that as well, Nii will answer your questions for you if you have any, misconceptions surrounding this as well. He's here to clear it all for you. Let's not forget that Newsflash is proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. If you're looking for the perfect, quality, long-lasting electronic device, be it mobile phones, televisions, refrigerators, CCTV cameras, what is it that you're looking for? Franco Trading Enterprise has got you covered. All you can do is to call them via the phone numbers that are currently on your screen, or you can simply download the app on your phone, which is Franco Trading app. And from the comfort of your homes and your offices, you can place an order for any of the electronic devices that you want.
Individuals like you and I who own motorbikes.
And have been...
yes, so they offer themselves
to...
They offer themselves to Yango or the other platforms. It's mentioned Yango, so I'm saying Yango.
Yes.
Offer themselves to Yango to offer that service. So Yango has seen its right to train them. What training I'm unable to speak to. But when Yango says that there's an amount you pay to us, Yango, as license fee, courier license fee to the Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission to cover you for the service you are rendering,
is a lie.
It is not true. It is an untruth. He also was saying...
We have another caller on. I want to take him so that we can address the arrest. After they arrest you,
Sure.
You pay an amount of 600 Ghana cedis. And the question he asked. Hi, Victor calling from Spintex. Good morning.
Madam.
Hi.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Talk to us.
Okay, madam, please, what the man is saying is misleading us. I work with both, and a certain percentage has been developed from, so which the commission. So I don't understand why.
No, he should take that.
Could you take your time? It seems the line was breaking a bit. Can you repeat? If you can reposition yourself and repeat what you said.
Okay, is it okay now?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm saying that the man is misleading us. But what is in the it's not really clear to.
It's not clear to you.
Yes, but we are with both. Both deserve a fee from us, and to the we is due to pay the commission of it. So even if there is something like that, they have to make an announcement on TV, radio, or whatever, so that we be aware. So we wake in the morning and they start arresting everybody. What is this for? The license. So we thought that it's our maybe you ask for road ready or our license or whatever.
So what you're saying, Victor?
No, that's not what we are looking for.
Victor,
we are looking for your courier and license. You don't know anything about it.
Victor, so if I'm getting you clearly,
that means they will just arrest us for we not being aware of things. I think they want to do something.
Okay.
Educate us on TV, radio, whatever, so that we will start.
So you'll be aware.
Going on. We are not aware. So and now, even if those are somebody, it shouldn't be a courier. You cannot arrest the courier to the company that we are working with. But they are already taking the money from us already.
Okay, so I think, I don't know, so Victor also has the same concern as our first caller, which is he working with Bolt also.
Yes.
And then they are not aware of the fact that this courier service fee does not cover them.
You see, and this is what he has learned from, this is what they are paying to Bolt. And this is what we learned on the field.
So does that mean that the riders or the bikers that work with these companies are paying the courier service fee?
They are paying some charge. They are paying some charge to the companies. And this came to light when we undertook the exercise. And we told all those who we interacted with that that fee isn't coming to us.
It's going to the company.
And it's not also covering them. It's not issuing them any license. The license they require to provide the service is what the commission is rather coming to talk to them about. It's what the commission is saying they should come and get. All right?
Oh, you have a lot of work to do.
We do. But you see, I must say here that when the companies are telling them that this thing covers them, the companies have been told already by the commission when they came for their license that this license they have does not cover third parties. They are aware of that.
We have Nana calling from Wenchi on the line. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. You?
Oh, yeah, I'm okay. Talk to us.
Okay. I saw the person, but send me that chick.
The patch feel free, mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, line is breaky.
Ow.
Patch of major na ye kakra, mommy.
You. You probably this solar.
A crobby did in Shola.
That's right.
Okay.
It's a question. You can't.
I'm struggling to
I
hear.
think he's talking about something else.
Mr. Probably a person.
And there's fight there.
Ah, okay. Baby, I'm talking no. Patch up a soccer baby. Oh, yeah. Say you deploy security personnel. Oh.
Why? I'll be praying.
Debbie, unim, you be dealing with it off air. What's it? Yeah, that's a baby. Say what friend. Oh, right. This must be a huge concern.
Right. So,
yeah.
Can I go on?
Yes, please.
So, the gentleman who just spoke, I think Ima was the name, or
the second
caller.
Yeah.
So the second caller was saying that they also pay some monies to
Bolt. Yeah.
And Bolt tells them that money is meant for their license fees.
Yes.
Which they are also transmitting to us.
As the companies.
As Bolt. So when Bolt is dealing with the commission, Bolt deals with us as Bolt.
Not on behalf of the bikers.
I mean, Bolt comes in their own capacity. All right? These riders also must come in their own capacity.
Let's take our last caller, Isaac calling from Adenta. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Talk to us.
Okay, so I'm following the show home at the moment, and I think Mr. Yebuah has a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah.
Concerning the education to the motor riders. Because it seems that from the last caller, they are paying these fee charges or the career license charges to these registered career services for the companies. You see, so they need to do the education more to the riders, rather than stamping on them, trying to, seize their motorbikes and all sorts of things. They need to do the education first, because these license companies or the boats or whatsoever young will know that, or they knew that these riders are not having the license and they are taking advantage of them. So they need to go to the street to do the education to these riders, for them to understand that this and this is how they need to go, rather than, arrest them. So I think it's a good thing that the communication minister asked them to halt so that they will engage them first, give them the education, then they will ask them to register or get their license. And they all get to work, to feed their. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling into the show, Nii. You have a lot of work to do.
Yes, we do.
It's rather unfortunate that, I wonder the amount of monies, the amount that is taking, that the bikers pay to the company as courier service fee.
The commission is yet to conduct an independent, ascertain for ourselves independently how much they are paying to them. But I would like to say here that the engagements with them started yesterday. Yes, so we are learning about some of these things, and it will be carried on. I like to say the commission wishes to let people know, both the general public and the riders know, that to offer delivery service, you need to be licensed by the commission. And if you're into the service and the regulator is telling you, because honestly, So many of these things came to light when we were conducting the exercise. That they are paying to the companies came to light when we conducted the service. And we told them that it is not the way to go. They need to come to the commission and have a proper license issued them. We also want to make it known to the general public that these other companies are aware. We have made them, they are informed the moment they come for license that their license is not transferable.
Okay.
You know, the license is not transferable. They are very much aware of that, and they must abide by that. But we will say here again that we'll keep on with the education that we are conducting, and we are very grateful for what your company is doing for us. Yes, and we'll go on other platforms as well. But now that they are aware, they have to, send the information out.
Yes.
And like I said, one of the associations has reached out to us. We are hoping to get in touch with the others that are out there, because not all of them belong to one umbrella, to engage all of them and then sensitize them. We don't know when the embargo that has been placed on it, for want of a better word, will be lifted. But it could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be any time. The exercise will come back. And though it will come back, maybe, like the minister said, with a human face, it wouldn't take away the fact that they need to get license to operate.
Okay.
It will not take that away.
All right, so I'm going to read some messages, a few messages, then we can zoom into our next conversation. But then, whilst I get the messages, please, the amount of money that the first caller mentioned, the 600 Ghana cedi after you pay.
Yes.
He asked the question of, so you pay the amount, and then afterwards, when you're, what happens?
Yeah.
So please address that for me. Please address that.
Okay, so when their bikes are impounded, for the bike to release to the person, there's a spot fine, there's a penalty that they pay, and that is the 600 Ghana cedis. You recall that I said earlier that the act that established the commission has it in there that if you're offering delivery service without license rightly issued by the commission, either you pay a fine or you are sentenced to a term of prison or both. So this fine that they are paying, it is actually meant to deter themselves and other people from continuing in the not so good example that those who have been impounded are finding themselves. Yes.
Okay.
So it is meant to be a deterrent.
Okay, all right. Let's move on to our WhatsApp messages. Hi, this is Dauda. Please, the license that the guy is talking about is about the rider license. The one that we get from the DVLA is not talking about this particular one. And this is what happened at the DVLA before you get a license. Yes, we cleared that.
Yeah.
We cleared that one in particular. Okay. Good morning. Thank you for all you're doing. Please ask him if they announced it or educate us about it. Okay? Yeah. Like he did say early on, the education has started. It started yesterday, so yes. I want to ask Nii, I'm Isaac Imadina. So what happens to the fleet partners that the delivery bikers are working under?
The fleet partners, like I mentioned, are duly licensed to offer the service that they are providing. Okay. It is you, the rider, who is going there, who also needs to come and get your own license to work with the fleet partner. Yeah.
Get your own license. Yes. Right. The amount PCSRC is requesting for is huge. It's too much because we don't see them doing anything for us in the system. If they want us to pay and comply by the rules, they should reduce it. It's too much. 1,070 Ghana cedis. So like Nii said early on, 1,070 Ghana cedis it covers you for the entire year. The following year, for you to renew, that is when is the reduced amount, was the 600 Ghana cedis.
And he shouldn't say that they are not going to pay, because that would be a blatant disregard to the law, And when you fall foul, the law would deal with you. So he should be ready to comply.
Okay, so Teacher Kojotapa, Ayine Suso. Okay, so his message is in relation to the helicopter crash. And then, hello, Joy. Please, demand explanation concerning riders' petition to the minister is not clear. Most of the delivery companies, Bolt, Yango, are deducting a fee from the riders. Why would the commission now arrest us? Why is he talking on behalf of Bolt? He's not. Bolt is okay. All right. So, Good morning. My name is KK. Can I please get Mr. Nii Yebuah's number? We would like him to educate us on our WhatsApp platform.
Yeah.
All right. So I believe Nii is willing and ready.
Yes.
You know, to do
Nii,
that.
It's KK. It's very encouraging to hear what you are saying, and yeah, we will share numbers with you so that you can get in touch with us. One other person was saying that did he say that it was too much what they are paying? I think we have addressed that here already, yes. And then I think I've lost. One of them was saying that what I was explaining isn't clear to them. Mm-hmm. What we are saying here is that we are not referring to your DVLA license. No. For the umpteenth time, we are not referring to your DVLA license. We are referring to the license issued you by the Commission to offer delivery service. The license that empowers you as an individual biker to offer delivery service even on the various platforms on which you are riding. So please don't confuse that with your DVLA license. That one is issued you by DVLA. What we are talking about is the Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission's license.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that empowers you to offer delivery service.
All right. Nii, thank you so much for your time this morning, and thank you for educating us.
I think we need to put across the numbers on which they can get us.
Okay.
If that is not too much to ask. So I'll put across our mobile number, and anyone at all can call and get in touch with us. So that is 055 355 7500.
Okay.
I'll repeat that, 055 355 7500. When you call us, any request at all, you can send WhatsApp. It's on WhatsApp. You can also send us email to info@pcsrc.gov.gh and respond to it.
This has been an eye-opening and enlightening conversation, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for the education, and thank you for your good work. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been speaking with Nii Yebuah Bergerson. He's a manager PR and consumer affairs with the Postal and Courier Regulatory Commission, and we've been having a great conversation with him. That's it for this particular conversation. We are zooming out of this, and let's go all the way up north, where we're going to take a look at the socio-economic activities impact of the Bagre Dam spillage. Let's take a look at this report. When we come back, we'll get talking into that.
Farmers along the White Volta Basin at Pualugu in the Upper East region are rushing to harvest their maize prematurely in a bid to avert serious losses following the spillage of the Bagre Dam in Burkina Faso, which began today. The water level in the Volta Lake is already overflowing into nearby farms, which could be completely submerged in a matter of days. Some of the farmers have been speaking to Joy News correspondent Albert Sorry, who met them harvesting their premature produce this morning.
3 days back, I was in the house when TV3 called on me, and I met them. And actually, we went around advising people to harvest because the water, the Bagre Dam will be opening around 27.
You went around with Nadmo?
No, we went around alone first, but Nadmo also came yesterday to go around and see how. But earlier on, I've already gone around advising people to harvest their maize and whatever they have along the river banks.
The information reaching us is at 27th, but as we stand, the water is already flooding our farm, and we have to forcefully harvest our corn unripe, as you can see some of them. So we are just pleading on the government so that if they can come to the aid of all the farmers.
The farmers are also calling on government to revisit the Pualugu multi-purpose dam project, which was initiated but abandoned by the last NPP government. They believe the project is the solution to the perennial flooding.
And in fact, every year round, the Bagre Dam gives us a lot of problems. Because if the government could come to our aid to build as the Palco Multipurpose Dam, as they were saying, I think it will help a lot.
Moses Adongo is assemblyman for Poalugu.
The government should, as a matter of urgency, always inform the Burkinabe to split the water from June, July, then August, then they will have their level. But if they wait until it is August, that is the time we have the maize and the groundnut and the other crops getting ripe. But sometimes they are not yet ready unless September, middle of September and end of September. Therefore, when it comes, it has given force and pressure to everybody to harvest unripe crops, especially the...
And unfortunately, Burkina Faso's Bagre Dam has caused flooding. The spillage of it has caused flooding in Poalugu up north. And so I'll be speaking with our Upper West regional correspondent, Albert Sorry. He has joined us on Zoom. Good morning to you, Albert.
Good morning.
I hope you're well.
Yes, I'm fine.
It must be a pretty devastating moment, especially for these farmers.
Yes, here in the Upper East region, Bagre Dam spillage every year and floods has become something that the farmers expect almost every rainy season, especially those of the farmers around the White and Black Volta Basin. If you look at areas like Binduri, Talensi, where Poalugu is located, even in some parts of the Bulsa North and South as well, you would get people having their farms flooded when this happens. Usually when the dam in Bagre is spilled, and then we also have serious rains up here in the Upper East region, then it compounds the situation and people lose their livelihoods.
So Albert, usually, so does that mean that usually when the spill happens, it's within the same period or the rainy season up north as well?
Exactly. We are currently in the rainy season. So when we have rains, usually in this part of the country, we have a lot of rains between August and September. And so it's also around this time that they get a lot of rains in Burkina Faso as well. And so when the Bagre Dam is reaching its maximum capacity, the Burkinabe authorities have to spill some of the water in the dam to save the dam from any impending destruction. And so that is the situation that we have. So this year again, we are witnessing the same thing. The Burkinabe authorities announced that they were going to spill the dam on Wednesday. That would have been tomorrow. But they looked at how fast the water level in the dam was rising and decided to move the date forward to yesterday. And so as at yesterday morning, when I visited the White Volta Basin to speak to these farmers, the lake had already, started overflowing its banks and getting into the farms that are about 100 meters close to the lake. And if the rise in the water continues as it was going yesterday, then it's going to be a matter of days before all the farms around that area are completely submerged. We also have a situation where these farmers are saying that every year they go back to these places to farm because the lands there are the only ones that some of them have.
I was going to ask that, because if year on, the Bagre Dam, there's going to be spillage, why can't there be, a relocation where they are going to have their farming activities? But like you're saying that's the only, these are the only lands that they have. And so they have no choice than to go back to it. But it's very worrying, and I want to know exactly what government is doing in relation to this, or the previous years. What has been done by the government?
Yeah, so these lands, as I was saying, are the only lands that they have for their farming activities. Yeah. Some of them have a few other places upland where they could farm, but also the situation is that those lands that are not close to the river basin are not fertile enough. And if they decide to cultivate on those lands, they will need more fertilizer. They will need twice as much work on these lands before they can, be sure of harvesting any good yields from them. And so that is why some of them keep going back to these places. Usually they go very early when the rainy season starts in the hope that they can harvest before any impending floods come. But sometimes we don't also get rains as frequently as they would want. And so by the time Bagre spillage comes, some of them still have their produce on the lands, and so they get flooded. Usually the governments try to step in, provide some sort of food and relief and all that, but it's never really enough, because imagine someone who has acres of farmland where they are expecting several bags of maize, dozens of bags of maize or granite or whatever crop they are cultivating. Government will not be able to provide enough food, for them to feed themselves and their families, and possibly even sell to get income to take care of their families until the next rainy season comes. And so that is the situation that we have. Then there was the Pualugu Multipurpose Dam project, which should have
been completed,
helped control the floods. The previous government in 2019 cut short for this project, but they were never able to go through with it. One, because of funding challenges. The amount of money that the government needed, nearly $1 billion, to finish the construction of this dam before it exited office in 2024. They didn't get these funds, and so eventually the project stalled, and the dam has not yet been constructed.
It did start, but it hasn't been completed. So the Pualugu Dam, it did start. They started the construction of the Pualugu Dam.
There were some preparatory works that were done. So they needed one to relocate some communities that would have been part of the dam construction area. The reservoir of the dam itself would have engulfed some communities. So they needed to relocate the people there. And in order to relocate them, they needed to find places where they could be relocated to. There were also other consultations with chiefs and people of the areas where the dam area, was going to cover. And so some people would have lost their farms, some people would have lost their lands. And so some consultation was being done.
Okay.
Then there was also the construction of a campsite for the contractor who was going to construct the dam. From what we understand, $11 million was spent, putting certain places together, homes where the contractors and their workers were going to live in the course of the construction and all that. But apart from that, the dam itself has not been constructed.
Oh, okay. So the place of abode for them was constructed, but then the dam itself, it wasn't started.
Yes, even the campsite itself was not completed. It was also done to some extent. It was roofed, but it wasn't really completed and finished. From what we understand, they also had some workshops where, if they are doing the construction, they can do things like bending of steel and, basically fabrication work. So there were these engineering places where in the course of the construction, they could be doing some work to aid the construction of the dam proper. But all these projects were not really completed and ready before the MPP government exited office in 2024. And so the dam itself hasn't been constructed. There's nothing there to show for it at the moment.
Well, we are hoping and praying that this government does something about it, especially if the construction of it is going to help with this whole Bagre Dam spillage. Albert, thank you so much. I want us to go to the Northeast Regional Correspondent, Ilyasu Tanko, and let's ask him a few questions in relation to the Bagre Dam spillage as well. Ilyasu, good morning to you. Ilyasu, can you hear me? If you can hear me, can you please unmute so we get talking?
Hi, good morning.
Hope you're well.
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Okay. All right. So now let's get right into the impact of this spillage. You know, the township, the northeast region, the township very, very close to where this Bagre Dam spillage could affect.
Yes, exactly. And the northeast region has been one of the hot spots of this particular decade's occurrence. And almost all the 6 districts are mostly affected anytime this dam is spilled, especially areas in the West Mamprisi municipality and the Mamprogo-Muaduri district, but also the Chirponi district as well. And so, yes, the NADMO, as we speak, is currently, intensifying efforts to educate people living along the waterway, especially communities like Pasingpe, Jadema, and all the way to Janga areas. So the NADMO has been intensifying efforts in this area to ensure that people evacuate before this water comes to this area. As we speak, mostly when the dam is spilled, mostly sometimes it takes between 48 hours and 72 hours to reach these particular areas. And there have been a lot of deaths recorded, especially since very recently from 2021 up to now. Anytime that the dam is spilled, we record high number of people, high number of deaths.
Approximately, what would be the number? Approximately, what would be the number?
Well, we're talking about hundreds sometimes, and the houses that are destroyed sometimes we are talking about thousands. Food crops are also destroyed as well. The challenge the NADMO has been telling us is that anytime that the water comes and they advise the people, some of them try to go into the water with canoes, especially to harvest their crops, which is quite dangerous for the inhabitants, according to NADMO. And so they are educating the people to ensure that they stay away from the waterways.
When I was speaking with the Upper West Regional Correspondent, Albert, he did mention that a number of times what the farmers do, because over there they are mostly affected, the farmers are mostly affected, their crops are mostly affected. What they oftentimes do is to make sure to try and harvest their crops before the spillage happens. And I was even wondering if they're able to get enough to do that. Now, what is for the Northeast region, these townships that you mentioned, what do they do or what do they try to do aside just evacuating?
Well, yes, they also sometimes, the scenario is quite similar in the Northeast region. Sometimes they also try to harvest early to prevent total destruction. And that is when they complain about losses. For instance, this year, most of them, because of the sporadic rainfall that they witnessed, couldn't grow their crops early. And so at this stage, some of them are not even up to cultivation, so it's been very difficult. But those that are ready for cultivation or for harvest, they mostly go into this place to try and harvest them before the water comes. So quite similar in this particular area.
Ilyasu, thank you so much for your time this morning. We'll come to you for some more updates in relation to this, and we'll come to Albert as well for some more updates. And that's it for this particular conversations. Joining us on Zoom concerning the spillage of the Bagre Dam has been Albert Sori, who is the Upper West Regional Correspondent, and Ilyasu Tanko, who's the Northeast Regional Correspondent as well. My name is Nii Yebuah Akomia. That's it for News Flash. Do not forget, the News Flash is proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. We always say that if you are looking for the long-lasting quality electronic devices, Franco Trading Enterprise has got you covered. All you have to do is to download the app on your phones, or you can take their phone numbers is currently on the screen, pick it up, and get in touch with them. Whatever electronic device that you are hoping to buy, be mobile phones, televisions, refrigerators, microwaves, what is it that you're looking forward to buy? They have got you covered. And you can download the app, which is Franco Trading app, on your phones. It's on Android. It is on iOS as well. From the comfort of your homes, you can place the order and they will definitely deliver at your doorstep.